This video is brought to you by G2A.com. Check out the link in the description for more details.
Hey, what's up guys, Jack here and welcome to a juicy news roundup video, and today lots of great information about the future of Battlefield, Battlefront and much more. So at an EA investors call this week, Chief Financial Officer Blake Jorgensen confirmed that a Battlefield experience is coming in 2016, most likely Q4, and that's like October-November time for video games. He didn't say specifically Battlefield 5, but I think that makes the most sense. It'd be unlikely to be another spin-off game like Hardline is, and I think that a return to the core series would be great. And of course, if you remember back in October 2014, EA CEO Andrew Wilson revealed that the game will be military focused. And what does this all mean? Well, from that statement we'd assume that the game will remain in modern day, or perhaps sometimes in the past. A return to World War II or Vietnam could be on the cards maybe. Personally, I think the most likely scenario is that the game will remain in near future and we'll begin to see more fringe tech weaponry, vehicles and architecture like we had in Final Stand creeping into the game. Although I think for the game's designers, doing that sort of similar project again would be pretty boring, and we might see a title that's a bit more out there in terms of its art style, design and creative freedom. I'd also expect that the next Battlefield game will be a big collaboration between DICE Stockholm, DICE LA and maybe part of the team that worked on Hardline from Visceral Games. If you think about it, DICE Stockholm are already bringing out Battlefront this year, Mirror's Edge in February next year. They're going to be pretty hard pressed to make another core Battlefield game for fall 2016. So I'd expect that they're going to get a lot of help and collaboration from the LA studio, and like I said, maybe some at the Visceral studio too. They're familiar with the Frostbite 3 engine now after working on Hardline, although apparently they're also working on a new third-person Star Wars action-adventure game. So what do you guys think the theme will be for the next core Battlefield title? If it is modern military again like BF3 and BF4, what more can they add or take away? Because bigger isn't always better, of course, with video games. Bloating games with features isn't a good look. So how do you think DICE will approach the next core Battlefield game? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Moving on, for Battlefield Hardline, a few snippets of the next DLC appear to be making their way online from the official Twitter account. These screenshots have been posted up there over the past week. Yep, dinosaurs. It looks like one of the maps for the DLC will be set in a museum with a section of dinosaur skeletons. Very cool indeed. We can also see what looks like an FN57 in one of the screenshots, perhaps a new pistol coming to the game. Battlefront also announced a new game mode this week called Blast. It's team deathmatch, guys. Of course it's going to be in the game. Move along. So as you can see, the gameplay in the background here is from Destiny. What the hell are you doing, Jack? Well, I picked this up recently and gave it a proper shot. I did play a bit of the PvP in the beta and a little bit of the story back then, but it didn't really capture my attention, and after reading the reviews at launch how there was not much content in the game and much story, I just gave it a miss. However, after hearing about the new content that's been added to the game and buying it on PS4, I played it through this week, and I have to say I'm actually totally hooked on it, and which is exactly the opposite of what I expected. The PvP in a lot of respects is very good now. It's just core shooter mechanics, 3 classes, and it's pretty well balanced apart from a few overpowered weapons at the moment like Thorn and Last Word. But for the most part, I feel like it's a pretty solid multiplayer experience now that I'm actually having a lot of fun with. Yes, the lag sometimes is terrible because of course it's client-hosted servers. There's lots of trade kills, you're getting matched with people from the other side of the world that bink around the screen. But when you've got a good host, it's very enjoyable, especially in Trials of Osiris. That can get super competitive. There's still a few things I don't like about the game though, as I've stated in the past. Lock 30 frames per second is pretty abysmal for a current gen first person shooter, and the low field of view makes me nauseous sometimes, and I'm just sat there. Yes, admittedly I'm having fun like I said, but I'm just wondering and thinking to myself the whole time, why isn't this game on PC? It would be absolutely killing it on PC. There isn't a AAA title like this at the moment on PC. Destiny has got PvE raids, it's got great PvP, it's got MMO Diablo style grinding for loot and gear. The graphics and the art style is fantastic. You can make 3 characters, each with 2 subclasses. There's a lot of great content here, and it just seems perfect for the PC audience, and I really think that Activision and Bungie are missing out on a huge market there. But I will continue to play it on PS4. I'm having a bunch of fun with it at the moment, and that really surprised me. You know, I was actually surprised how many players are playing this game as well. The numbers, if you look them up online, are pretty insane. And even when I live streamed the game the other night on my Twitch channel, I had about 700 people watching me, and a lot of people in the chat said that they play it all the time and absolutely love it, which is just not what I was expecting. Wrapping things up, I will be at Gamescom in Cologne, Germany next week. That's very exciting. Lots of new announcements and games are going to be shown, and I'll be there from Tuesday to Sunday, so there might be less videos, although when I'm out there I've got a super busy schedule and I will be getting direct video capture of lots of new games. So providing my hotel internet is good, I'm taking my laptop and I will be uploading on the fly, so expect to see a bunch of new games and content from Gamescom. I will be capturing some exclusives out there, which of course I'm very much looking forward to showing you guys. There we go, that's all about I wanted to talk about for today, folks. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on what you think the next Battlefield title will be, and also which games are you looking forward to seeing the most at Gamescom next week. As always, love you guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.